In this episode, I'm going to share 3 ways that you can break ice with a stranger. Today, I'm going to share 3 ways to break ice with a stranger using elicitation, then showing interest, which is also an elicitation technique, and then finally mirroring. And some of you may be familiar with mirroring or matching or isopraxism, but I'm going to share with you how I do it and how it can be extremely effective in forging a trusting connection and relationship with someone, getting them to really like you, trust you, and then who knows what could come out of that? A good source of information, a networking opportunity. You just never know. A good conversation can lead to a lot of good things. So let's talk about how to break an ice with a complete stranger. So let's say you're going to a wedding. You got invited by a friend. You have no idea who the bride and groom are. You know no one. And yet you're going to have to be in a room with these people and celebrate this event. And you're going to have to talk to strangers. If you don't, you're going to come off as a little rude, right? People are going to start to look at you and wonder, why is that person so antisocial? So you can't do that. You have to make small talk. You have to get to know people. Well, a great way to get to know people is to approach them and just use a provocative statement because that's what elicitation is. It's not asking questions. So maybe you comment on the venue and say, wow, this place is absolutely beautiful. They did a great job decorating it. Maybe you comment on the weather. I didn't know that they were getting married outside and the reception was inside. Gosh, they got lucky with the weather today. Any provocative statement, right? Provocative because it's going to provoke that person to engage in a conversation. They're either going to agree with you, disagree with you, or share information in kind. So you get them talking, and now you ease into a deeper conversation, really getting to know that person. But you can't go there until you have cracked the nut, right? Until you've cracked them open and they're comfortable enough with you to share personal things about themselves with you. If they're not comfortable, they will not share anything, and that conversation will die. So the second thing is showing interest in a person. So as soon as you crack the nut, as I say, you get them to engage, show interest in them. It is not about you, it's about them. And when you make people feel appreciated, you make them feel good, you make them feel that you have a genuine interest in them, they will open up. I guarantee you. If you have to fake interest in them, be very, very careful because people are good at reading other people and they can sniff out insincerity in a second. So find something that you truly feel that you have an interest in and use that and exploit that. So, when you're meeting people, it doesn't have to be at a wedding. You could be at a conference. You could be at a networking seminar. You could be at an embassy party. It really doesn't matter. But if you're in a crowd of people and you don't know them, and it would be really odd if you're not engaging with them, well, use elicitation. Get the conversation going. And then, if you truly want to find out information or you want to grow this conversation into a relationship, then you have to take it a little further. So at this point, we're showing interest. Now, the third thing you can do, right, to get them to feel real comfortable and want to engage with you, want to get to know you as well, is mirroring. So a lot of people know that you can mirror body language, and that is great. I do it all the time. But I like to mirror on a deeper level. I like to mirror your behaviors and your personality preference and your breathing. Let me talk about breathing in a second. So I am an extrovert and I don't always talk to extroverts. So when I am speaking with an introvert, I have to quiet my excitability. So as an extrovert, I'm super excited about things and my energy shows. But if I'm talking to an introvert, that energy can be overwhelming. So I quiet my body language. I may talk less, which is hard for an extrovert, and listen more. But when I do that, I find that I have become familiar to them. And when people assume that you are more familiar, you're not strange anymore, they trust you. So your whole goal is to not make yourself appear so different. Your goal is to make yourself appear similar, exploiting the similar to me bias. Now, let me talk about mirroring breathing. When you can mirror someone's breathing rate and match their breathing rate, you will be in connection with them. You will have a rapport that's so deep. So let me ask you this. Think about people that you are really close to. This could be your partners, your spouses, your children. I will guarantee you that if you are super close and when you're sitting on the couch with them or when you're going to sleep and you're lying beside them, pay attention because you're probably falling right in sync with their breathing and you had no idea. And we naturally do this to people who are really close in our lives. So, three things: elicitation to crack that nut open and get the conversation started. Do not bombard people with questions. It's rude and it's just weird. Number two, show interest in them. Now, if you don't want to ask questions about what they do or their family or their jobs or their hobbies or interests, you can use a provocative statement. You can simply say, I'd be interested to hear what you think. I would be interested to know what you do. I'd be interested in your opinion. And so now you're not asking for their opinion, you're simply using a provocative statement. And it's just a little less intrusive and it makes people feel safe. I want to challenge you guys, right? So we did elicitation, showing interest, and mirroring. I want to challenge you in something. If you really want to learn how an intelligence officer operates, you need to know the level of mental agility that is required. And by that, I mean this. When you are meeting people, especially strangers, and you want to remember these people because you want to form a relationship with them in the future, right? It could be a prospective client, a job candidate, who knows? Source of information. Well, you can't just take notes during this meeting or event. You have to remember it all. So the next time you go to an event, I'm going to challenge you. I want you to create mental contact cards in your brain about the people you meet. Try three people at first because the brain loves to remember information chunked into threes. It's super easy. Then I want you to go to five. And at some point, I want you to go to 10 people. And I want you to remember their names, first and last, and a little bit about them. I met Bob Fogarty, and he's the jazz player. I met Lisa Bell, and she's a mom who loves to make creme brulee. Whatever it is, first and last name, and a little bit about what they do. Now, I will also tell you that most people, when I talk about remembering names, will say, "Oh, I'm so bad at remembering names. I always forget them." Well, let me give you a little hint. You didn't forget the name. You just never listened to it. Pay attention. When people give you their name, you have to listen to it. If you listen to it and then repeat it like two times or three times within the next couple minutes of the conversation, I will guarantee you will never forget that name. But most of the time, what happens is as soon as somebody tells me their name, I pop internally and think of the next thing I'm going to say. And if I'm focused, I'm thinking about the next thing I'm going to say. I am not focused on listening to your name. And so we don't forget names, we just don't listen. And listening is critical. And I will do a video on that at some point. All right, so we have our three things, three ways to break ice with a complete stranger, get them to like us, to trust us, and engage with us. Elicitation, a provocative statement to get the conversation going, showing interest, make it about them. And then finally, you can use a little mirroring, whether you want to mirror breathing and take it to that deep level, or a little bit about their personality. Could be body language as well, or their rate of speech. But I encourage you to mirror just a little bit and see how that connection goes. And if you like what you're hearing inside the Real Interrogation Room, go ahead and subscribe. There's going to be a lot more videos coming on communication skills and human behavior. So I will see you inside the Real Interrogation Room.